So it's all for play for still.
I think so. Do you want to bet against us?
Hello everyone and welcome to the team sheet tantrum today for the Villa Wolves game. Look where my own mucker Paddy is. He's outside Villa Park. Found the only spot in Birmingham that has decent internet reception, I think, and I'm bloody glad of it because those scenes look absolutely amazing over there, Paddy. We were chatting.
You lost me again. Hello.
Hello. I don't know if we're even on at the moment. Looks like someone has tried to take us down. I have no visibility on anything at the moment, everybody. I do apologize. The whole system seems to have gone somewhat awry there as I was just about to introduce Paddy, but I think we might be back. That's me. And look, I don't know if you guys could see me the whole time, but now I've got two people in the studio with my name on it. So I don't know. I need to mute this one as well because give me 2 seconds there, guys. No, I think this might be a small bit better. Can anyone hear me? Can you hear me, Paddy?
Yeah, I can hear you.
I have no idea what's going on here. There's two of me connected and there's one of Paddy. Anyway, we'll go ahead with it. But I think I can hear an echo of myself. So if anybody else can hear that, let us know in the comments. I have no idea what's going on.
You sound good to me anyway.
Good stuff. Good stuff. How's it over there, Paddy? There's a lovely backdrop you've got.
Oh, it's great. I'm just buzzing now to get inside there. As usual, around here, the phone coverage is poor. So we'll do our best to get through this, but I can't guarantee you I'll stay on the line once you see as people are starting to venture up towards the stadium now, so it'll get busier and more people will be on their phone, but we'll do our best.
Yeah, absolutely. And have you met many people over there, Paddy? Is there many people you can filter in there already?
Yeah, well, we were over here early this morning. We went to the shop. I had a Lions Club meeting at 12 o'clock, so we've been here since about 10:30 this morning. We met Dennis and his young son that went viral yesterday, where he told his son in the car that he was going to Villa Park. Many people may have seen it. It's been retweeted all around the world. So we met him this morning down there, and he got his photograph taken with John McGinn. So he was happy out.
Excellent. And you know, stuff like that is great to see, especially coming out of the times that we've just come out of, you know, where there's probably a whole generation of new Villa fans that are just getting to get over for the first time now. So it's fantastic to see stuff like that.
I don't know if you can hear me at all, Neil. I can't hear you.
I can hear you. Maybe now be heard. I think we might have lost Paddy there. Let's have a look at some of the comments. This is one of the craziest streams we've ever done. But great to see so many people here. Dean, great to hear from you. He says Steve's ladies en route to Villa Park. I think he might be starting. I would have Young in there and also Sanson as a replacement for Dougie or MEB. Can't bloody wait.
And It's magic. It's magic to see so many young kids who have probably never been here before this season. So happy days.
I think we might have lost Paddy there. Sorry guys for the stream. I have no idea what's going on with this today, and I think my own mic might be muted even at the moment. But just a small one here from Dean. Dean seems to think the steer is going to start today, and the Sanson might be a replacement for Dougie. Be interesting to see what happens here. What else have we here? Sai says he couldn't get going today and find it weird that I'm sat at home and not by the left-hand post in the hold. Yeah, hopefully Paddy will be able to roar as loud and try and drive the ball into the back of the net for the Villa lads today. But it'll be great to hear the atmosphere on TV later on. NACL, so Nick says that something tells me this is going to be a thriller. Lots of goals. I agree. I think so today. I think there will be goals today myself. Just going to scroll down here as well, guys. We have one here from Fred Red 50. Woke up today with a bad cold and accidentally donated Johnny Rash. Please pass it. Only a 3-0 loss could make this week works. I don't think it's going to be a 3-0 loss today. I think we're going to win 3-0 if anything. I just have a really, really good feeling about today. So hopefully we do the business and rock it up the table today, because I just have a really, really good feeling about today. I don't know about everybody else. We're coming close to team sheet time, everybody. And I think we've lost Paddy there, so apologies. But for anybody who's just joining now, Paddy was outside Villa Park, and he was giving us an update on the actual. Paddy's back again. I'm going to add him in there, see if we can talk to him. Yeah, Paddy seems to have changed location. Can you hear us now, Paddy?
I can hear you. Yeah.
Excellent. There's a small bit of a delay.
It's just really bad here. It's out.
Just tell us, Paddy, we might let you get back and get in your seat then afterwards.
Notoriously bad here.
Yeah, and that's something that we all know too well. But just tell us, Paddy, about the atmosphere. Tell us about what was around Villa Village earlier on. I know that you were around there and that you were, you've been around the ground early. Have you got to meet any of the players coming in there? What's the feeling around the ground?
Yeah, well, they've changed everything around here now, so you can't get near the players because of COVID. But we spotted them all coming in this morning, and John McGinn and Douglas Ezri Konza stopped for a photo with Stephen. So that was a good start to the day before we made our way up to the whole pub for the meeting. So couldn't have started any better.
Excellent. And was there lots of Lions chairmans over there, Paddy?
Have you lost me again?
No. I have you. Yeah, I think we have lost you after all that. I think we're going to give up on that one, guys. I think we're going to give up on that for a moment. Let's go back to some of the comments. Carl says here, Wolves have been getting some points recently, but they've not played anyone decent for a while. I fancy us 2-0 and up the Villa. Someone made a great comment on the previous show that we did, that Wolves have been performing better than their XG suggests, and that they were losing like 1-0 against like United at the start of the season. And that's probably something that we need to bear in mind, that they just haven't been kind of clicking and ticking up front. But hopefully that doesn't happen today. As I said, they were pretty powder puff against Brentford, and we spoke a bit about the Brentford game and how they allowed Ivan Toney and Mbuemo to dictate the pace up top, and then they also couldn't really get anything going with Adamatore, Trincao and Semedo down the right. Let's hope that doesn't click today, because if it does, that's their main outlet of attack, and it'll be interesting to see. I think we might have some team news in. Everybody, let me just see. We have a lineup, and I am just going to share this up onto the screen. And I'll take that down. So the lineup is Martinez does start and Douglas Luiz does start as per the avatar that we can see there. Martinez in goals. We go 3 at the back with Konza, Tuanzebe and Mings. So Courtney House does drop out and doesn't get his return against his former club. Cash, Douglas Luiz, McGinn, Target, and Buendia gets the start in midfield, which is fantastic to see, with Ings and Watkins up front. I personally am a small bit surprised. I'm surprised that Douglas Luiz makes it in there from the start. I'm delighted, don't get me wrong. I'm surprised, but I'm surprised at the same time. I'm also surprised that Jacob Ramsey has dropped out, and potentially that was because he was on duty during the week as well, or he was that he was with the England 21s, I think, during the week as well. So, and there's no harm to have a little bit of squad rotation as well. When we have a squad, we might as well use it. And Buendia is £38 million man, so we need to start seeing the best of him at some stage. But we do have some nice options on the bench. Nakamba, Sanson, Ramsey. We can change our midfield three if needs be, if we're getting overrun in that option. I'd have options there. We've got options up front in El Ghazi, Philogene Bedes, Archer. I don't think any of those are unplayable off the bench, if that makes sense. Sometimes last year we were looking at potentially maybe Keenan Davis wasn't the man to bring off the bench, but I think we can bring any of those off the bench and expect minutes from them. And then obviously we've got Courtney House to stick in if any of the back three goes down, or we can maybe change it to a back four by bringing Ashley Young on. And there's lots of options there, and I'm very, very happy with that lineup. I know a lot of people. And I'd like to maybe hear from you guys in the comments in a moment, and we'll go back to the comments in a moment. But I know a lot of people lost, I'm not going to say lost faith, but or lost patience, but a lot of people began to doubt the 3-5-2 an awful lot after the Spurs game. And I'm kind of happy that he stuck with it for another game, and a game like this whereby I feel we need to win this game. And I think that the fact that we're going to try and corral Wolves, specifically up top, having Mings and Konza either side of Tuanzebe, they're all fast players. They're all going to be able to deal with the Adama Traore. They're all going to be able to deal with the pace of maybe Hwang as well. And then also they're all big strapping men to be able to deal with Jimenez if he drops deep, or if he tries to get up and going in the air as well. Let's have a little look here. So we've got Mike the Villa, exactly. Paddy is up in the wild. Thanks so much, Mike. And also thank you to there's a couple of other people there as well that I wanted to thank. Thanks very much to Batchick, I think it is. So thank you so much. First time watching live, maybe I'm the problem. You are absolutely not the problem. This is something this is my fault, and I realized the second that I paged Paddy in is I'm actually connected to the stream, I think, on my iPad downstairs as well as here on my Mac Mini up here. So I think this might be an issue that I have created. Apologies about that. Also, Sam, thank you very much for clocking in there. I see that's in Australian dollars. So thank you so much for watching all the way down the Southern Hemisphere. Really, really appreciate it. Yeah, I don't. There's one there about dedicated RAM. I don't think it's dedicated RAM. I've got a 16 gigabyte RAM in this, so I think that's what it is anyway. I think 16 is bigger. 16 is bigger than 8. That's what I remember when I bought this anyway. So I think I should be okay on that point. What's everyone's feelings there, guys? What's everyone's feeling on the I suppose on the overall concept that we have here with the lineup? Because as I say, there's quite a lot of options here. Yes, the team itself is probably predictable in what we've got there, but the options overall, I think, are very, 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 very positive. While I'm waiting for you guys to chap in there, I am going to click on add stream here, and I'm going to try and add Paddy. Paddy's inside the stadium. Can you hear us any better there, Paddy?
I can hear you perfectly now, yes.
Success to a small degree anyway. We've got success. Jesus, it's great to see you inside. Do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take off the team there because I prefer to be able to see that backdrop that you have, Paddy. I've serious fear of missing out now.
Oh, stop. It's actually quite emotional now to be back in here after all this time.
Yeah.
It's just incredible to look around there and see What an amazing place it is. You forget very soon when you're away for 2 years how amazing it is. I don't know if you can hear me. I can hear you. No, I've lost you.
No, maybe you have me back again here now, Paddy.
There you are. I have you.
Yeah,
I have you.
excellent.
Is this worse? Is this worse than the day that you left me on my own?
Well, I think this is all of my own making, Paddy, and I'm sitting here and I'm going, fuck it, if only I just ran downstairs 5 minutes ago and just sorted this thing out, I wouldn't be hearing myself 6 different times in my headset here. So if you guys are having problems hearing me, I can hear myself 6 different times. It's still echoing here, so apologies.
You
Now I
sound
feel like Chris.
fine to me, in fairness.
I know what Chris Kamara feels like now when he's on when he's on duty. But Paddy, did you get to see the team at all? Did you hear the team?
I saw the team. So Tuanzebe is in and Buendia is in. Is that correct?
Buendia is in, all right, yeah, and Tuanzebe is in. Douglas Luiz starts and Martinez starts with a really strong bench. Jacob Ramsey, Sanson, Nakamba, El Ghazi, Philogene Bades, Archer, and
Brilliant.
Courtney Howes and Ashley Young.
And any surprise Wolves?
Good question, Paddy. Good question. I tend not to worry about things I can't control. Let me bring that up there. Wolves lineup is Jose Sa in goals, Nelson Semedo, Kilman, Cody, and Saiz are the 3 centre halves, just like we mentioned in the preview. Then Donker, we mentioned, might come in midfield. I thought that he might come in there to add a small bit of height and a small bit more mobility, and he does come in there. So then Donker comes in and plays with Neves and Moutinho. Yes, there is a pretty big surprise because Adama Traore and Hwang are up front with no Jimenez. Jimenez does not start. No, he's going to be on the bench today.
So that's effectively a 5-3-2.
It's effectively a 5-3-2, yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Because they've got Marcal and Semedo going to be the 2 wing backs with the 3 boys in central defence, and then Donker and Neves probably holding a Moutinho a small bit further forward.
Okay.
Really strange.
So they've had a long hard look at what Spurs done, and they're trying to replicate it and trying to cut us off in midfield by the looks of it. Whether that works out for them, I don't know. So we'll see. I'm being drowned out here now. I don't know whether you're hearing anything I'm saying.
I tell you something, that the announcer in Villa Park, so inconsiderate. Does he not know that we've got a team sheet tantrum going on? Surely everyone knows we do the team sheet tantrum at this time.
I forgot to send him a text to say I'll be in the ground, but anyway, there you go.
Paddy, I believe that you met Noel Connaughton, and I see that he is there. He's giving us greetings from the Middle Trinity.
He's probably on the screen there if you have a look.
He might even be there. Yeah, if we're able to zoom in, we might be able to see him.
That's it. Give us a wave, Noel.
Couple of comments here, guys. Let's have a look at some of these comments here. So Mike says they're playing Adama up top. Seems like good news. Ronald Mings or Axel handling him down the middle than him running down the wing. Provided that's where he plays. Yeah, that I think that is a plus point, because it is a worry him running a target, considering what Ismail Assar did to target. But the fact that Jimenez isn't there, they're going to need somebody to lead the line. Maybe it's going to be Hwang. Maybe he's playing directly up top beside Hwang. We'll know pretty shortly once the ball is kicked off anyway, see where they line up. But I like the fact that if they're going to go with 2 up top and try and push back our 3 at the back, and maybe even try and keep Cash and Target back further, I actually don't mind that, because our 2 strikers are probably going to be better with a small bit more space up top. And what I mean by that is, if it's going to be 2-on-3 up there, I'd fancy our 2 against their 3 than I would fancy their 2 against our 3, if that makes sense.
Yeah, and I suppose it's a bit hypothetical now, because you name that team and I'm a bit confused at what they're doing, but it just seems that it's defensively set up to stop us playing through the middle. So we've got the ability there with what we do have on the bench to mix this up. So I envisage a bit of a chess match to start with, and then sorry, I just turned the camera around because I think the woman behind me thought I was filming her. So yeah, it'll be an interesting one. But yeah, we've a strong team. It's good to see Buendia in there. He lost his place after going on international duty, so it'll be interesting to see how he does today.
Absolutely. Seb makes a good point here. Is Tuanzebe definitely playing the central defence? That's going to be a good question, I think, because we know he's come on as a defensive midfielder previously. Now, if he does, and we do push McGinn up into his Scotland role, let's call it, play Buendia right wing, Watkins out in the left, and Ings up top, I think it's probably that's not a bad idea to give us fluidity.
Yeah, but I can't. Judging by what he says about Watkins and Ings, he seems to have every intention of playing him through the middle all the time, and that's fair enough. If that's what he bought him for, that's fair enough.
Paddy, are you suggesting the football managers don't lie?
Erwin doesn't seem to lie.
Well, there's a first time for everything. We said in our Dean Smith anniversary piece that he's learning all the time and he's bringing more parts into his game. Maybe gamesmanship is something he's bringing into his game.
Well, if gamesmanship he was bringing in, he would have said nothing about Bailey yesterday and said, "Oh, we're hoping to have him fit." But he doesn't seem to engage in that type of behaviour. In fairness to him.
That's true. That's true. Sai makes a good point here as well. The Buendia needs to up his game and get involved more. The games have passed him by most of the time, and good to see Sanson on the bench. And you know what? I think that the two of those are not mutually exclusive. The fact that if Buendia is going to play in midfield today, I think we're going to see him pressing an awful lot more. I'm going to be putting big money on him to get booked today. Because when Buendia is a bit more withdrawn in midfield, we tend to see that he throws in an old snarky tackle every so often. So I'm going to be putting money on him to get booked today. But if his races run early and he needs to come off, we've got Sanson, we've got Nakamba, we've got Jacob Ramsey to come on. So I'm really looking forward to it. And as I say, he's one goal got already. Plow on now and get more, please, Mr. Buendia.
I've just noticed something different, Neil, because I was too busy trying to get online, but there's a new scoreboard down in that corner. A very funky looking scoreboard which says "Welcome to Villa Park," and it's in colour. It used to just give the score and the two teams playing. So
is it a scoreboard, or is it more like kind of a wrestling style Titantron?
Well, it looks like a Titantron, but I'd say it will be a traditional scoreboard. But it used to be on, as far as I remember, it used to be a little bit lower, but it's just on top of the corner flag restaurant down there.
Excellent. Well, good to see improvements coming in at Villa Park as well. Maybe it was something that was brought in for the fan experience wall that they had previously at the start of COVID and stuff like that. So maybe that was a legacy piece that they decided to keep. Lewis Newman says that glad that Dean is sticking with 3-5-2. Just want to see more balls on the floor and not so reliant on set pieces like we did against Spurs. And I think that's a really great point, because I was looking at something last night, guys, about the way that we're attacking now and the way that we're basically trying to fashion chances, and we don't try through balls anymore. And maybe that's because maybe that's symptomatic of the league as well, because we tend to see that the league are playing more three at the back. Like, we're not the only team that's gone to three at the back. A lot of clubs have gone to three at the back, try and tighten up space there, try and stop people getting behind them and through balls. But I think we've only played like two successful through balls that have ended up in goals or goal scoring chances this season. But it'll be really interesting to see what happens with Buendia and the team as well.
We got Emmy Martinez
teams coming out.
Again.
Emmy Martinez
giving us away.
Hello, Mr. Martinez.
King Martinez.
King Martinez, exactly. Soon to be the Yashin award-winning Martinez. Yeah. A couple of questions there. Mark Holmes is very jealous of you, Paddy, as are a lot of us. Very, very jealous. Very jealous. Mike says again, assuming Buendia will be playing higher than Ramsey has been, may keep McGinn deeper. Interesting to see how it goes.
That's a possibility.
looking back on some of the tactic talk pieces that we've done before, the more we've played the 3-5-2, the more straight in a line our midfield has been. So the less we've actually had a 100% dedicated defensive midfielder. Now, the duties do fall on Douglas Luiz more often than not, but we tend to see Douglas Luiz up on the edge of the box a small bit more, along with McGinn and Ramsey. And I think maybe that's something that we're going to see with this team again, specifically at home. I think we're going to see that with this team. Like, I know we did it away against United. The midfield three were almost in a line for the majority of the game. And I think that if we're going to push up on Wolves today, we might see that. And I don't think we'll see an actual dedicated defensive midfielder as such. But I could be wrong. I could be wrong on this one today, because we did see it against Spurs and it was very much Douglas Luiz. But I was liking what I saw from Douglas Luiz before the forward he was going. So I think it might just be a case of making sure that someone minds the centre circle as opposed to minding the house, and then letting the other two guys go forward. And what that will probably allow us to do as well is it'll allow them not to play just a dedicated defensive midfielder. It'll mean that they'll have to actually track runs and maybe go man for man in midfield, as opposed to, and it'll allow us to break their line in midfield if they are going to play five across the middle as opposed to five at the back as well. So I think that would be interesting.
I just want to point out that I'm struggling to hear you now at the moment. Nothing got to do with you this time. It's the noise behind me.
Over the loudspeaker. Well, that's a good complaint to have, Paddy. Put it this way. That's a good complaint to have. That means that you're over there. Fred Red says, and thanks so much once again, Fred. Does starting Woodley indicate playing long balls down the middle instead of relying on Matt Target consistently failing at crossing? Oh, there's a lot of backhanded compliments there.
But, well, I don't envisage that will be the case, because there's no height in those three. So whether they're long direct balls, maybe, but long balls for someone to flick on, I can't imagine that's going to be the case.
It's going to be interesting. I think we might see a bit more ball on the ground this time, because I think that Dean Smith knows that he came in for a bit of criticism for the long balls that were played against Spurs, and the fact that a lot of people picked up on it, that we were looking for something from set pieces early and then trying to maybe guard that lead, but then we lost the early goal, or not the early goal, but we lost the first goal, should I say. And then when we went to chase the game, we found it difficult to change gears. So I think maybe if we start at a high tempo this time, and the only way to really start at a high tempo, I think, is to play through the lines, especially in Villa Park, and try and do it. Maybe that's why Bundy is in there as well. Interesting for sure. Paddy, who do you think is going to score the first goal for Villa today, if they score?
Ooh, I'm going Danny Ings today. Just have a sneaky suspicion about Danny Ings today.
There's a smack of Paddy I was going to say Paddy Ings. A smack of Danny Ings off this game, and that's why I asked, because he's the first name that just keeps on bouncing in my mind as well. Whenever I think who's going to have a good game, who's going to score, it just seems like this game, the movement that he has in between that back three, I think that he's going to be someone that's going to hit the onion bag as well today. It's going to be interesting.
Yeah, I had that feeling the last day about. If you remember, I said it was the day for Ollie Watkins to break his duck. I just think there'd be a chance for Danny Ings to get at this defence. I think they'll struggle with him. I think Cody will pick up Watkins and leave Ings with plenty of space. So I anticipate a Danny Ings rasper from about 20 yards, curled into the top corner.
Excellent.
Stephen is laughing at me here.
I hope Stephen's enjoyed himself. Paddy, we've Michael Oliver reffing the game today.
Lovely. You're trying to upset me now on my day back.
I'm not going to let you. Yeah, this is kind of like the pleasure pain theory. You're getting all the pleasure of being in Villa Park. Now we have to mention the pain. Do you think he's going to have a big say on the game today, Paddy? I'm not going to discuss referees today.
They literally just played The Boys Are Back in Town and filled in. It was blaring out around Villa Park, and it was a bit emotional. So, boys are back in town. We're back in
The
the
boys
stadium, and
are definitely back
I'm
in
not
town.
going to complain about any referee today.
Excellent, excellent. And you know what? That's probably a good way to leave the stream, because you're settled in your seat. There's 38 minutes to kick off here, and I know everybody else probably has stuff to do before the game. So we're going to let everybody go and enjoy themselves. I want to apologize for the technical difficulties at the start. As I say, we do apologize about that, but thanks so much for everybody for watching. Thanks so much for everyone for listening. Thanks to everybody for the super chats. Really appreciate that as well. Thanks a million, Paddy, for persevering and running half the way around B6 there to try and get
got
phone
there in the end.
reception. Exactly, we got there. And did you know the gas thing was we were kind of talking on last night, going, you'll never have reception inside. There's no way you'll have reception inside the ground. And that was where you had the best reception after all. So, but I think the thing to do here is, because it was me second guessing myself by putting it on an iPad downstairs as well. I don't second guess myself. I just go with my first instinct, and you go with your first instinct and stream from the ground again the next time. But thanks so much, everybody, for watching. Thanks so much, everybody, for listening. Really, really appreciate it. I'm feeling good about this game. I've said that I think Villa are going to win 3-0. I can't remember what you said, Paddy. What was your score?
2-1, I think.
2-1. Well, either way, as long as we get a W.
No, I didn't. I said 3-1 or 4-2. I think there's going to be goals today.
I think so too, and I think we might be first on match of the day. Although the way Liverpool are scoring and the goals the Salah was scoring there, I don't think we're going to be first in the match of the day, regardless if we win 10-0, because that was a belter that Salah scored earlier on. But here's to a win for Villa today. Another crucial 3 points, another great start to October, and let's move on towards November internationals and then on towards the Christmas schedule as well there. So thanks so much again, once again, everybody, for listening. Here's to a fantastic game today, and all that's left to say is up the Villa.
Up the Villa.